Sofa, sofa bab 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 bab, sofa bab 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 bab, bab bab bab, sofa bab show. Sofa bab, I love you like a dog loves a shoe. Sofa bab, you're our show. It's so fine. Now you know. Oh dear. Welcome to the Sofabab Boy Show. Sofabab. That's a new name. I haven't changed it in like 5 episodes. So now we're Sofabab Boys. We got a special guest straight out of the Texas representing the Denver. We got ourselves a Matthew Diaz. We got my brother Christopher Diaz. And we got the other Matthew Diaz from Missouri. And I'm Patrick Diaz. This is episode 60.
I like the background.
You like that?
What are these things called?
Capos.
A capo. This is what I clamp it on my dick when I want to jerk off in the key of beach.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You're a pussy for having one.
I think you gave it to me.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like me. How's everybody doing today?
Pussy.
Good, man. Doing good, bro.
Yeah.
Just got the keys to my new apartment. Fucking
That's
ready to
exciting.
move.
You got a big apartment. I'm jealous. He said it's
It's
1,000
gonna be nice.
square foot, 1 bedroom. That's big.
1,006 square feet.
That's
Six
bigger
Gotta
than
add that
my-
6, bro.
for your
My
cock.
igloo. That is big. I think that my whole place is like 1,000 something.
Yeah, I think our
Square
last
boots.
when we lived in the last apartment together, it was just over 1,000 square feet.
This is a large apartment, though.
Yeah, it's big
Yeah,
as
the
fuck.
living room's huge.
I'm moving all the show over there. I'm gonna
Go
show
for it.
up. I'm gonna show up in the middle of the night when I'm on a roll, and show them what Daddy does at 3 a.m. Dude, I'm almost done with it. I'm not quite done, so I haven't put it on here as I did a Lips Donkey. I took a bunch of his old raps, since he's dead and all, and I made a new beat. And I took a bunch of lines from it, and yeah, it's pretty fucking sweet. But I recorded it with Paul, like watching me record it, and so it's like 3 hours of me being trash trying to get like 4 verses. It's great. So I got to edit it down a little bit.
Right on.
But
Wait, so hold on. Go back, though. Lips Donkey's dead, huh?
yeah, apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, but we got an email a couple weeks ago saying, I hate to tell you this, but that dude who Lips Donkey is dead. Oops.
That's crazy.
And he's like, it
Did they
ain't.
say how?
He's like, it's not a rumor. This is true. And I'm like, it seems fake to me. So I emailed him back, and I was like, yeah. I emailed him back, and I was like, well, what the fuck happened? And he never responded. So, but he hasn't been around since the beginning of this shit, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been probably 2 months since he put anything through.
It was the Kofefi that killed him.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
he was licking
got
doorknobs
that-
somewhere.
He got that Corvid.
Isn't that a
The
coffee?
original Fucking Corvid.
Corbett coffee?
Mm.
Dude, I still don't know what the hell to believe about that shit. Because, they keep updating everything. And it's like, yeah, I get it because it was a new thing.
I saw today, they're like, well, you can't get it from surfaces. It doesn't spread through air. Oh, by the way, don't wear a mask, because if you do, then the collected moisture on the face will spread it, like
And
just
kill your ass.
craziness.
Yeah, it's like,
Craziness.
that's what me and Mark were bitching about is like if there was just one source of information that was actually true and it wasn't just rampant on goddamn social media, then it'd be a whole lot easier to deal with this shit.
Well, I think
Because no one
the big
likes
problem with
wearing
this whole
masks.
thing is like, shit, we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then so they're just speculating. They did all this sort of stuff, and okay, so 100,000 dead. That's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, didn't they say 2 million at first?
That's what they were thinking.
Right? Remember, that's where it
Yeah.
was.
Well,
And where are Fauci
maybe
and Birx now?
worldwide.
What's
What's
that?
Where are they now? You know, where's Fauci and Birx now? You don't hear anything from them.
Well,
The-
Trump hit him. He put them.
Yeah.
He put them down in the bunker.
The bunker he's never
I mean,
been in.
You're not
Just
allowed to go on TV anymore because when you go on TV, you say that I'm wrong.
Okay, but so you don't think they could go out anywhere else and put a statement out, or?
he would
Well,
have
there's
murdered.
nothing about anything. The obsession was shit in the media. There's nothing about the COVID stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Right. I think
all,
Trump would
anywhere.
fire him too if they did try to go anywhere else.
Well, I mean, but if they got fired, they've been in that position since the freaking Reagan administration. Fauci's been there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, I
don't
thought
know
he
anything about it.
appointed him to something, and he was like the fourth person since this thing started.
No, Fauci's been there, bro.
Like the same position.
Yes, same
Yeah.
position.
He's a weird fuck. It's funny that Jim Norton's always making fun of him like he's Nosferatu. He's going to get in your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Just at kids' parties scaring them.
You know what the masks is doing to me, don't you? It's giving me the pumples.
Yeah, I got a nice one right over here.
Pumples.
Yeah, right there. But
I don't know. The thing I hate about the mask is just breathing in that freaking CO2 all day, man. You
Yeah.
can feel
Yeah,
it. It just slows you down. Slows you down.
I'm so tired when you get off work too.
Yeah.
I'm only
Absolutely.
tired when I get off work from hard work.
Well, yeah. Well, you're such a hard worker, Patrick.
That's right. But I switched to disposable mask because of it.
Yeah, I feel way better with the
'Cause
disposable ones.
I had, you know,
Well, you know what's funny? I've been wearing a cloth one since
too.
the get go, and we got some of the surgical ones. I put one on like last Sunday, and I was like, I went out and I put it on. I was all happy. I was like, this doesn't do a fucking thing.
it doesn't
It's like
do much.
breathing through a goddamn piece of paper.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
You can breathe.
Yeah, no, it feels way better, doesn't it? I bought all these fancy
Fuck it.
masks. I'm like, look at all these roses I got on my mask.
Me
I'm a
too.
beautiful man.
I got them
And I'm not
everywhere.
full, because I've been getting progressively worse every day. I've worked at the tavern. I'm just like, fingernails, mascara, fucking, Britney Spears shirts, flower masks. Just some days I just work with nipple tassels.
hmm
And but now that's the problem with the goddamn paper masks is they're not pretty.
Yeah, you
But
can-
I don't feel like a handsome man no more,
Yeah.
like I do in my fancy masks.
I've just been telling everybody I'm a doctor.
Yeah, I'm
I just
a first responder.
I just got
and-
out of surgery, saved a bunch of kittens and children.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all never
Yeah.
quit working. You are first responders, all right?
I'm on,
According to the
I'm on-
commercials,
Anybody
we
take
are.
that away from you?
Well, during
Yeah,
Monday through Friday, I'm a first responder, but I'm so committed that on Saturday, Sunday, I'm also a second responder, just in case some first responders they can't quite figure it out.
That's right.
That's when
That's
I
true.
come.
We haven't we took, a day or two off?
I took like 2 weeks off.
Oh,
pretended
yeah,
like
because
I
you were
had
dying.
something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you had Corvid.
hmm
I had the Corvette. Well, something weird was going on for like a half a day, but it took forever to get a test done back then. So I didn't. So I'm just sitting there waiting around to find out if I got the COVIDs or not, and I didn't. So I just drank for 2 weeks. It's like I got the COVID.
Well, that's how you save it. Well,
Yeah.
now I read something today that people have been gurgling bleach, trying to
Jesus
kill it in their
Christ.
mouth. And I'm like, good, please do.
Wait,
Just-
hold on. Where did you hear this, bro?
It
Come
was
on.
fucking like on
Oh, was it the
NBC.com or some shit.
Come on.
And so I was just like, go and please do, and fucking put some gasoline in there too. 'Cause
Well,
if you're
there
gonna,
are-
That surprised. Didn't Nick Poole drink
well, I was gonna.
bleach?
That was the second thing I was gonna say. Is Nick used to tell me that's how you pass a piss test.
That's true.
So I'm like, people are doing that shit, so I believe it.
I heard that so many times in high school.
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, you just drink
That's
some
hilarious.
bleach. I'm like, oh, come
What
on.
the fuck? I would never do that, bro.
No,
I was always told a cap full.
What the fuck?
a cap full, just
thought-
straight up or diluted.
I thought you
Yeah.
Ugh.
poured the cap in the piss, bro. That was what you
That
were
makes more
supposed to
sense.
do, brother.
Oh, see, they got it
you
wrong.
take
I never
You
did
take-
it, but
you take a capful and you put it after you pee. You don't drink it.
that's what I was told.
And then you put the cap full in the piss, and they're like, "Holy shit, this guy can cure AIDS. We need all your piss."
He's
Stat.
Fucking pisses
Oh,
bleach.
man.
Imagine how nice your toilet would be though if you pissed bleach.
Yeah,
Right.
it'd be a beautiful thing. You'd never have to scrub it.
Hell
Well, that's
no.
Yeah,
that's
if
a
you ever
hard
miss
thing.
though, dude. Everything would be white as shit
The
under.
planet where I come from, this is why it's so
Soupy.
fucked up. The planet I come from, you piss bleach, but you shit ammonia.
Oh no. So you got to
Oh,
stop
shit.
it, flush it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you have separate toilets? You sit in the middle. You
It
got
just
one
blow
for the
up on
back
you.
and one for the front.
It'd be right. That would then be the new blowing it up.
Hell yeah.
Blowing up.
Well,
That was
my father-in-law cleans the cat tray with fucking bleach. And I'm like, that's ammonia, And he's like, nah, don't worry about it.
What?
I used to drink Agent Orange.
Here, hold on. Chris
They
has to
got
tell us.
that.
So.
They got that small man with the long tail who goes, he goes number 2 in the sand. And so, but his sand 2 and 1, when you mix it with the bleach, makes the green smoke.
He was actually the first person I ever heard call it cat sand. When he was saying that, I was like, what are you talking about, man?
Did he really call it cat sand?
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
He's always like, I gotta go buy some cat sand. Isn't that some litter?
I think yeah.
Oh
You
my
know.
gosh.
One of these days I want to make a Smitty movie too. I want to just
Yeah, that'd be
3-hour
hilarious.
Smitty movie.
Well, when the
Oh,
tavern
man.
closes and I get a divorce, we got 2 new shows.
Yeah.
We got Ricky's show and my father-in-law's show.
Yep. Well then, yeah, we already got Cliff, but we can.
Oh yeah, he's been on a tear this week. I guess
Oh,
we could get
Jesus.
right into him, right?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Cliff Notes.
Fucking Cliff Notes. Same as. Fucking Cliff Notes. Fucking Cliff Notes. Same as. Fucking Cliff Notes.
Same as that fucking kike Jew Nazi sympathizer across the street got his fucking flag upside down. Same as you think when they got them kikes out of that fucking cage, they had the flag upside down. Fuck you. He's very angry. He thinks that, because people are protesting and they have their flags upside down or whatever. I think it's stupid anyways to fucking put your flag outside every day. Who has that kind of
Agreed.
time? But he had it upside down. I guess he was out there screaming at the poor guy. And he's like, this fucking Jew's worth $60 million and he wears his flag like that? Fuck you. I said, if he's worth $60 million, he's not living in a fucking goddamn ranch in Bonnie Bray.
Well, it's not Bonnie. It's the other side. It's Wash Park, isn't it?
I don't know. No, he lives on our side of the street.
Cliff does?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he lived on the other side.
I went to his house, remember?
Yeah, jeez, I didn't realize that. Now he fucking, and then he was
His
like,
house is about the size of my studio, though. It's miniature.
was like, same as it was a damn shame what they did to that guy. Where was it again? Oh, in Minneapolis. Goddamn shame. But I went to Manual, which was 99% black, and where the fuck do you think I got this? Where the fuck do you think I got that? And I'm like, ugh. So
No, yeah, I
So-
actually heard that. I was walking outside to the patio, and he's like, you know where I was when Martin Luther fucking King died? And you're like, where, Cliff? You could tell Chris was not having it that day anyways. And then Manual fucking high school. Like that was supposed to mean something.
yeah, I really wasn't in the mood for that because yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we have like black employees that don't want to hear about how this is their fault. You know what I mean? It's horrible. He's a fucking piece of shit. He's been good for a while. He's been like fucking same as I don't think anybody should die from guns. I don't think this and that. And then this all happened. And oh boy.
Oh, he's
Wonder
riled
why.
up now. They riled him up, huh? He's all riled.
He's very
Oh,
round.
yeah.
Wow, right.
Yeah, he's feeling saucy.
He's like,
Yeah,
same
hey
as-
Chris, I'm surprised you didn't ask him, Chris, what those marks were. Them boys gave him herpes.
No, probably
Yeah, they
from
He
kissing.
was like, what'd you kiss him? What'd you kiss him, Cliff?
Same as I only kissed 6 black dudes. But he hasn't done the manual high
This would
school for a
react.
long time. He used to bring that up all the time.
about how he was something special because he went to an almost all-black high school, which my
His
guess is
daughter-
it wasn't.
This is what I don't get because his sons kind of seem like Hicks too, but one of them is his married to or girlfriend with the child with a black professor at some
Yeah.
college.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
And how do you think she, like a black professor at a college, you're sitting down at dinner with Cliff. He's like, I went to Manual. You did this to me. You know? Like, how does that fucking happen?
Yeah.
How do
Well-
you tolerate it?
well, that's the worst
don't know,
part
but
of
I definitely
reopening
wanna
is
see it.
it's only people like Cliff that are coming in there.
Yeah.
It's not the ones
Well,
we want. No one else. It's actually been a real fucking cluster. There's probably 25 tables all week,
Yeah.
and we
It's
still have a
incredible.
shit ton of takeout. But we're used to probably like when we're regularly open, probably did something like 120 tickets a day, and then with the takeout we're doing like 60, 70, and then fucking like 3 tables. So it's just not kind of worth it. And we brought back all these fucking people. I feel bad for them. They're all standing around. It's like, wait, I don't know what to tell you. We
Yeah, well,
tried. We
shit,
tried to
man.
help you.
Yeah, it's a complete clusterfuck. So I don't, and then we kind of have to do something because of the PPE and all that sort of stuff, or the payroll loan thing. You have
That's
to bring
what-
people back, but it's kind of like fucking you because the people that you're bringing back are making more money on unemployment than
Yeah,
they
so you
are
feel bad for
standing
them.
around making $0.
Yeah, they messed up that bill from the get-go when they bailed out they once again they went in, they bailed out the corporations.
Yeah.
And they've been walking over us for so long, and I don't know. I feel like that's what a lot of this is about. People are starting to really wake up and see that. I mean, we have been being robbed, and I'm not down totally with the defund the police completely, but I mean, you could see
that's-
why there's there. I mean, there are ways to take money from the police and still make them be relevant. They can. It's like an incentive program, right? So if you don't get injured, like any kind of corporate job, right? So we've worked for 90 days without an injury, so we get X amount put in our bank. Maybe we don't get to cash it in as cash, but it's in the bank, right? And so you just make them keep building it up until they have certain money
Like,
saved
hey,
up.
don't kill
then
any
if there's a-
children for 6 months and
Exactly.
you get a little money.
Yeah. And
They're
then
like,
if there's
"All
a
right."
problem, if there's a problem later, maybe they could go take out of that bank, and it sort of, what I mean? It's just
Kinda fine 'em
maybe
like
a
the
different
NFL.
idea. Yeah, like a fine, where they can build up a
That's
bank.
kind of where they
save
got in
some
trouble
money.
with the unions. It was a great idea, but then they became so strong in the 70s. Like
Yeah.
Ford and I've read stories and listened to this whole thing on NPR about how they would just go to work and it was like everybody would be getting trashed. You could buy any drug you wanted. They'd have hookers on the floor while they're fucking making cars,
Yeah.
and then they couldn't get
Yeah,
fired. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But
Well, I think that's
That's what we
I mean,
should
I
do
think that's
again.
a
Let
lot
make
of the reason
America
why.
great again.
then they
I mean,
totally
that's all-
destroyed unions, which I don't agree with either. I think there's a place for that too.
Well, they destroyed them because they were having to pay out so much. I
Mhm.
mean, that's why California and New York are in such bad shape right now, because the union contracts were just too large.
I don't know. I like the shape of New York and California. California's like
I'm sure
this. New York's like that. That's my father-in-law. But now, some of those pensions get out of control. But I mean, if you have the money in place to begin with, it should be that way. You shouldn't be taken from
Well,
it.
it's also in the 60s leading in, the 40s, 50s, 60s, and to a lesser extent in the 70s, but it completely dropped off in the 80s. And I don't want this to become a wonky, horrible tax thing. The corporations, after they, went over a certain amount of money that they've earned, they start to get taxed in the the 40s and 50s. It was 90%,
Yeah, it
in
was
the 60s
insane.
it was 60%, then whatever. So you could pay all that stuff, or you could just give it to your workers, and they were just giving it to their workers. And I don't want to sound like a communist, but I'm a communist.
Well, there's
and
a
then,
degree of that would make sense. I mean, they used to
Well,
put
yeah,
Well,
They used to have,
an
like,
extent,
in-house-
Absolutely.
They used to have like in-house hospitals and medical, and like they would like fucking all kinds of shit because they knew if they didn't give it to them, then they had to go fucking put it to the taxes. It's pretty interesting. But you should be putting it into your fucking corporation anyways. Yeah. Why wouldn't you want your fucking people to be happy? They're making you money.
And I think most companies would, and that's the problem, that there's loopholes around it so they can just terminate those employees. I think there's a lot of things we can do to fix it. I mean, honestly, easy. You're not able to let employees go, right? That's part of the union. So
some of them need to go.
Well,
this is what I
like,
think.
Same with teachers. You know, a lot of them, they get that, what is it called? Hold on. Tenure. Oh, there you go. Missouri got me. Tenure. And then they can do whatever the fuck they want, pretty much. They have to do something real bad to get let go. You know what I mean?
You know why they call it tenure? You've been here 10 years. I guess we can't. You can't. He's been here 10 years. What do you want me to do?
But no, I agree. And a lot
the thing with the defunding the cops, I think there should be a homicide department, a robbery department, and a sex crimes department, and then there should be emergency services. But it shouldn't just be like some moral squad going out patrolling the streets, looking for people doing drugs and being prostitutes and shit like that.
Agreed.
If you fucking if the laws are a lot of the problem too are the laws, and I'm not just, and I know that it disenfranchises my African American brothers and sisters more than it does us, but fucking what fucking difference does it make if I do cocaine?
No, it's true.
Like cocaine is.
Well, and it's hard for us to understand because I mean it is really one-sided if we like it or not.
Yeah.
When I get pulled over, I'm not terrified. When they get pulled over, they're probably pretty scared in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Every time I'm pulled over, I'm fucking terrified.
Well, you're a little darker.
You're a little.
I don't think I'm gonna die, but I'm fucking definitely.
Well,
scared.
Patrick can recall the night we left. What was it, McCarthy's or whatever? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Yep.
McCarthy's.
You got
on
pulled
my
over?
way home, I got roofied and I got a beat down.
By the cops?
Yeah, you remember that, dude? I ended
Weren't
up
you in
beat.
detox?
They took me. Yeah,
for like
they
2
took me
days
home.
or something.
Yeah, dude, they took me home. I was beat down, dude, bloody. They left my shirt and my fucking pants and everything, my license, everything was sitting there on my doorstep at my house because they tried to take me home. And then once I couldn't get in because my keys were wherever, then I ended up in detox, and I was there for an extremely long time.
Didn't you say the machine was fucked up too?
Yeah.
So you got stuck there even longer?
Yeah, the machine was messed up.
I barely remembered. I couldn't remember where you were coming from. I just remember you.
You know Bert Kreischer?
Do I know Bert Kreischer? Yes, I do.
The machine.
The machine.
I don't, I want to make amends and everything like that. I was the guy that roofied you, and I was going to get you right in the butthole in the bathroom, but...
Well, that was one of those nights. It was during the ransom days, and it was just a few of us guys and lots of women, and it was just one of those things, I ended up with somebody's drink.
I've got a police story about a time I was in Scotland that I would never do here in the United States. I was slobbering drunk and I stumble out of some party and I go walking and I see a police car and I just wave it down and I'm like, "Take me to my hotel." And they did.
He did. He's like, "All right, cool."
Like here,
he's like, "Are you gonna tip me?"
If I did that shit, they would beat me with a club. I would be. They would take me to the drunk tank at least. Yeah, I'd get. Yeah, but there it was like, these are nice fucking inbred fucking pieces of shit. They're gonna take me home.
Well, and you gotta think about it too. These kids have no fucking training, and they get fucking thrown out there. They're not taught how to fucking keep relaxed. You know what I mean? These cops.
Well, I feel like the ones that join often are the ones that can't wait to fucking beat somebody with a billy club.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's what was gonna be my next point. Is that it's fucking no, you're right. Is they fucking were either bullied or they had like a bad family life, and they sure enjoy having fucking authority.
Well, they throw them out there right away, you know. And I haven't Googled this for sure and seen it myself, but what I heard was one of those cops in the George Floyd killing, that was his second day on the job.
Yeah, second or
Yeah,
third day.
It is.
And I mean,
Right?
what do you do? You
isn't
tell
that
your
so? Yeah, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, oh, here's the guy who's training me. I'm gonna tell him. Just you know what I mean? Like you're learning.
yeah, he
So-
was probably afraid to do anything.
Yeah, if you're gonna throw
Well,
him into
what
the fire,
sucks-
and now whoever that person is, right? He's up
Yeah.
for fucking jail. He's in jail and charged with manslaughter because they didn't train him right. That's fucked up.
Oh, I
Well,
know.
they didn't-
It really
well,
That's
is.
fucked up, dude.
That's the
And
other
they
thing.
can't
That's
do
what-
anything
you gotta
about
tear
it.
down. They got to, instead of giving all this money to these, they're militarizing these police forces. They're giving them fucking
Yeah.
tanks and machine guns and doing all that stuff. Give them money, make them get a criminal, make police get a, I mean, shrink down the laws so not everything is fucking illegal to begin with,
Yeah.
and don't give them a reason just to fucking arrest everybody. But then take that money and make the people that become police get like a degree in criminal justice or psychology or something like that. The one little hope I do have though is there's this girl worked at the tavern for a summer or two or something like that named Delaney, and she reminded me of my rabbit Frida. And she was I mean, it's by the book. She would never do anything wrong. And like a month or two ago, I get a call from the Denver police saying, we've got Delaney. She's enrolled into our police academy, and she listed you as a contact. I want to know. It was like, yes, I want this fucking timid rabbit woman to be a police cop because she's going to do the right thing. She'll do the right thing. She's not going to do anything. She's not going to put a knee on anybody's neck. And she'd tell somebody, like if they had their knee on somebody's neck, it was like, hey, as a rabbit, I don't like that.
That's not what really happened. They called and he was like, yeah, if you wanted to fucking steal all your pizza. No, she was great. I actually liked her a lot. She wants to be a police officer?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
She probably is a cop by now,
Wow.
because how long is police academy? They just,
It's like
they
3 months.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
just
watch-
picture
you watch Police
Genesis
Academy a
and
couple of times,
fucking
then-
what's his name, Sam.
yeah,
They're
those
gonna
guys,
they're gonna
they
get
were
2
trying to
months
be
of
cops.
fucking training, and they're gonna be like, hey, go deal with this riot. And then you start shooting people in the fucking eyes with tear gas cans and fucking rubber bullets in their heads, and it just And
Well,
like me and Matt were saying, with our training or whatever, right now, if I was out there and 100 people were trying to fuck me up, we'd be doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's terrifying.
If I got a telephone call that said Sam or Genesis was joining the Denver Police Department, I'd be like, no. I'd be like, no. Can I personally, as their employer, can I stop this? I wish I could stop them going to the military too, because I don't want to see what the fuck they're going to do in Iran when they're there.
Oh, I know.
It's going to be terrible. Genesis,
Hopefully they
I trust
just
a little bit
become
more.
drug runners.
Sam, when he gets there, yeah, he's probably going to do some bad shit to people, but like at night, he's going to wander into the desert and hurt animals. So
On peyote.
it's not going to be good. You hear me, Lopez? I don't know if you guys still listen or not, but if anybody knows Sam Lopez or Genesis Rodriguez, you call him up and tell him what I fucking said.
I will. We tried to Skype him on here after he got laid for the first time. And he was
Oh,
he
yeah.
was too scared.
That was funny.
I was like, don't worry about it. You'll get laid again. She'll probably like the camaraderie. But yeah, didn't Minneapolis like almost completely defund their fucking police force or something?
Yeah, they're still gonna have like FBI, crime investigators, and stuff like that, but no street cops.
It's well, okay.
There should be some, but they're doing something else. They're like going to have some sort of emergency service. It's not gonna-
They're gonna have investigators
gonna
and
be-
stuff like that.
Which I you know what, I think that's probably okay, not to just have some fucking kid that was beat up every day in high school walking around with a gun looking for somebody who's walking across the street before they should.
Yeah.
Well, and them in the military are kind of like just strong sports fans. Don't you talk about my police? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're gonna fucking do whatever the fuck their buddies
It's a
want them
gang.
to do. A lot of them don't think for themselves. Just like Broncos fans and Chiefs fans.
Fuck you.
But yeah, But limit the funding. Like I say, take away. I mean, really, do you want like there was this goddamn guy that came in the tavern all the time, and he called himself Rambo.
Yeah.
It's like, and he was like, he was a
Rambo.
cop, and he called himself Rambo. And I remember one time he came in, and there was some detectives at a table. It was like, hey, is that John? I'm like, who the fuck is John? And they pointed at him. I'm like, oh, who, Rambo? I'm like, why do they call Rambo? Why do you call him Rambo? That's what he told me his name was. And this detective came over and was like, you do dispatch, you fucking bitch. Telling people your name is Rambo? What the fuck is wrong with you? And
He's the worst. He's got a hot little piece of Snooze's daughter, though.
But he's the exact guy that I can picture walking around the street with a fucking M16 just shooting people.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and not right either.
I
Right in the head.
think they should take away the guns, too, honestly.
Well, when Chris and I first started there, we had nothing but crooked cops there that would come in because we gave them a discount. It was insane. And they were all fucking 350 pounds, and they were all fucking bad cops. Every single one of them. Except for one guy. I wish I could remember his name. I saw him on Cops. And I don't know if it's just because the camera was on, but he was like crazy professional. He kept everybody calm. And he didn't kick anyone in the face or anything.
Well, then they had that Bruce Vanderjack fella, right? That he used to come in the tavern all the time too, and he got what was coming to him.
Is he the one who got killed by the Nazi?
He got and then like for like a couple of days, people were just dumping pig carcasses at the police department.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You see, they hated the police back then too. It wasn't just now. But
see, that's how you.
But he kind of seemed like he was he was like fucking built as fuck, and he seemed like he was a straight laced sort of no nonsense sort of person that was not no nonsense in the way like I'm gonna hit you with my billy club if you don't do what I say, but he sort of would diffuse the situation
with his biceps.
Yeah.
Vanderjacked. He came in the tavern. I don't remember that.
It was, I was really young. It might have been even, I can't remember how long after I started working there that you worked there, but I was like pretty young when he was like coming in.
Years.
And he was just like a massive motherfucker. And then everybody was real upset when they got shot. And I remember thinking, well, he probably shouldn't have been a policeman. That's always every time I hear a cop gets killed, I'm like, well, he kind of,
They knew what they were doing.
He walks around he's waving it. He's just going around, waving a gun around all day, going, "Hey, oink oink, pig here."
They knew what they were getting
How many
into.
cops even die on the job in America? It's not even that many, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fair.
3 ever. No, since 1776, there's been 3. Bruce Vanderjack,
crazy number like that. Like, it's not 3, but
it's pretty low, I'm sure. But I guess it's.
I think that. There's a decent amount that get killed every year.
I want to say it's only like 3% though, or some shit like that.
And you know what? Fuck. You remember when they were killing all those cops in Dallas or something a few years ago?
That.
And then there was a dude with a sniper, and they're like, "Oh my god, they're killing me, And you know what they did? They did the Bugs Bunny thing. Yeah, they just had candygram for shooter. Candygram for shooter.
Are you talking about the DC sniper or that cop sniper guy?
No, that was in Dallas. That was Black Lives Matter.
It was that cop, right?
They killed a bunch of cops.
No,
killed like 4 or 5.
There was a
Which
sniper
one was it?
in Dallas where he shot like 8. This was years ago.
That was a cop, though, right? The Dallas.
It was like 4 years ago.
It wasn't. But it was an ex-cop that was doing it. Is that
yeah,
what
he was
saying?
like mad.
Yeah, they did the whole candy game routine. They had a robot go up there and be like, I got some candy for you, sir. And then he opened it up and it blew up.
He ended up in a cabin or something, right? Is that the same guy, or was that in California? That might have been California.
You're thinking
that was California.
Which one?
California.
See, that's the one I'm thinking, where they ended up like fucking blowing up the cabin because they couldn't kill this guy. He was just like killing everyone.
Yeah, that was crazy.
See, that's not the Dallas one.
I think he killed like the police chief's daughter and her boyfriend in his driveway or something like that.
Yeah, he was just literally just walking up and just killing. I think he killed like 6 or 7 people, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy.
I think they were all cops or related.
They were all
at
cops.
least.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And that's what's up with the COVID and the George Floyd stuff. They're like, hey, we could have these 1, 2, 3 day things where a couple of people get killed, or we could just fucking have a 3-month mini series. Just move
How do you
on
think
to the
it's
next
gonna
thing.
affect the Trump though? You think it's gonna help him or?
I'm on the fence.
him.
He's
Sounds
either
like
going to
he's
win by a
getting hurt
land.
right now.
Right now, I would say he's going to lose, but if shit gets better, he's winning by a landslide again.
Yeah,
But
I don't know,
this
it's
is the
crazy.
thing I
He'll
don't
win
get
by a
about him.
landslide
And,
life.
well, no, I guess not again. He'll win by a landslide this time. But right now, people are fucking
that's
are not pleased.
That's the stuff I'm worried about in Minneapolis, though. They're defunding the police force, and then the rest of the state is going to be like,
Yeah,
Trump
they're. I
likes
mean, they're throwing the fight.
Yeah.
It's like they've
Yeah,
been throwing.
they really
It's like
are.
they've been throwing the fight through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think they should just make mandatory body cams, and if you turn it off or block it, then you're fired. Or if something happens,
make
and-
it so you can't turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, even that.
Or like Paul
Or-
put a piece of black tape over it.
Just have Elon Musk make us some RoboCops.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Well, and
But we
Elon.
definitely got to take military tools away for sure.
Yeah, no
Why do they
tanks.
even have?
Yeah, you got to give them their tanks, bro. What about their 50 cals? Leave those.
that's what
Well,
that.
You've got 5 guys with M16s and 1 sniper, never to be dispersed on protesters or anything like that, but for when some
There you
lunatics.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
and
crazy
and,
shit happens.
and you don't even let these guys. They're just in the basement of the police department. You throw them buckets of fish heads every day, and then everyone you pull open the thing and you just they pull open the door and the light goes on them. They're all just pale and sweaty and disgusting. And you're like, go get him, get him. I seen him down the street. There was some guys trying to steal some pretzels.
That's good
I
shit.
don't know. Isn't that the problem with the whole thing, though? Everybody's trying to spend their money every year, so it's just spend. So
Right.
you're not going to get it the next year. It's the same thing as a corporate environment. It's you spend, or the next year you're not going to get it when you may need it. So every year they're like, well, spend it. So they just keep buying bigger and better stuff.
Yeah, that's
I
fucking
mean-
stupid.
I wouldn't mind having a tank. You know how quick you get to work?
I know, right?
Everybody-
I want a tank.
You could
for
deliver
sure.
that shit, your stuff. Just like
I
Aruga. You get one of those horns
I'd
on
keep-
it. Aruga. And then fucking everybody get the fuck out of your way.
I wouldn't do anything with my tank. I just park it like outside my office, so I could take my secretary out there during lunch.
Ding dong, doom dong. Yeah, I gotta get a job with a secretary, but like in the 50s though, like advertising job.
Yeah.
Hey, typing up some stuff. See, touch with my penis.
And what the hell? What? That should be a semicolon. I'm gonna put a cigarette on your tits now. Suck my dick.
Oh.
Fuck yeah.
So, the one thing I'll say about Trump, though, and I heard Jim Norton talking about it, and I agreed with him 100%, is he would have a lot more support right now if he just could try to calm something just one fucking time. He's always looking to win the fucking fight.
I don't think he's capable of it.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people loved Obama, is because he could talk you down, you know what I mean? He would make you feel good about it,
Right.
even when shit sucked. And I think that's what a good
Right.
president can do. Even, like, fucking Reagan, he was a good talker. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing either. He wasn't a crazy... I guess he was, a governor or something.
I
so he was
realized that the Challenger space shuttle just exploded, but here I'm gonna melt marshmallows all over my face.
Even Bush though, he wasn't a good speaker, but he at least fucking addressed the nation instead of just.
Well, he went out
He'd
and
be like,
he went,
yeah,
he
open a
went,
beer. And we'd be like,
went to the
yeah.
rubble with a bullhorn and was like, "Oh God, I like
Look.
it."
Look, guys, I know you guys don't think like I do or whatever, but I'm telling you, when has anybody been under as much pressure as this person is? This is one man. And
Sure,
the
that's
pressure,
fine.
the pressure that's been there has been insane from the get-go. They never let him. I mean, he never got his feet set from the get-go.
Well, it's because he's ugly.
Yeah.
And I don't know
His face is
whenever I
ugly.
hear someone, if everybody's telling me that someone's a terrible person, it just reminds me of middle school when everybody was talking shit about the one person. right? And
Yeah,
they're a
but
piece of shit or
just-
whatever,
just
and then
one
you get to
time.
know that person. You know
Just
what I mean?
one
I don't know.
time.
It just
You
seems
know
to
what I
me
mean?
like
Just one
Yeah,
I
time,
feel what you're
fucking
saying.
Has
act like
anybody had any pleasure-
he's got the
Well, I'm
answer
sure that
without trying to fucking talk somebody down.
FDR or Abraham Lincoln, and I don't think he's up like that yet. No, we should have probably tried to talk Trump up, and I feel like that was part of a lot of people's strategy at first was like, hey, you sure got a big dick, Donnie, and I don't know that worked, but I feel like Obama kind of had. I mean, there's people standing out the White House saying you're a lying African.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a
He had a lot of people that
there's a
hated
bunch
him,
of, there's
too, for
all
sure.
sorts of different comments and stuff,
Yeah.
but he never took the bait though. Every once in a while he did say a little something, but he didn't spend his time trying to attack like millions and millions of people that live in this country.
he also
That-
did have the
Twitter.
media on his side, though.
Yeah, they definitely liked him, but that's
Well,
part of the
some
problem.
media. They had
Yeah.
another part of the
He
media.
He had
Yeah.
the media on his side.
He had a part of the but a part of the media was calling him, fucking terrorist Muslim and shit like that. You know, I
He's
can
not even
remember.
American.
one channel.
Fox News.
Well,
And it you know what's funny though? It's like the news switches back and forth. Like first, remember it used to be CNN. You'd watch CNN. They were the ones telling the truth. Fox was full of shit. And it's like now you turn on CNN, and you know that CNN's full of shit. Everybody knows they're full of shit.
I don't.
But
watch
still,
CNN.
people watching it. You got Don Lemon. It's like obviously a CIA fucking funded group. Fucking Don Lemon, dude, got taken to task 2 nights ago by the fucking sheriff of whatever it was, fucking Orange County or whatever in Florida.
They need to
'Cause they're
change
sitting
that
there, they
name.
just-
They need to change the name sheriff because all I can picture is some guy shooting stop signs in the desert.
Well, if you'd have saw this guy, I mean, he looked like a sheriff as you could be, boy. You knew he had boots on, that's for sure.
Well, that's my main complaint. And I,
But
you
I
know,
don't know.
but you're right.
Like
Definitely, he was just more favorable. Obama had it. People liked his ass.
Well, I'm
And
telling you, dude, I loved Obama. When I, through that whole thing, it looked like Obama was the best. And from what we heard, it was great. But
well, that's what I mean.
you
He
know,
just
now
made
looking
you feel
back-
good, and I think sometimes you need to step
Right.
up and do that shit.
Oh.
I think
Well,
it's
and I agree.
not
I agree
everything.
100%.
And he got that attribute from being Mr. Big Time Realtor Boy in New York. He wanted to be right all the time. He wanted to be, and when he's not, he cannot handle that shit, and it fucking drives him so insane. He'll take the smallest bait
Well,
in the world.
everybody, I mean,
Some
everybody-
reporter,
when
some
when
reporter could be
somebody's
like,
beating you down.
"Well, yeah," but I mean, I think he thrives on
Yeah.
that shit actually. But then you get
But-
some reporter will be like, "Hey, your shoes are from China," and like he'll fucking go on about it for 3 weeks on Twitter. You know what I mean? He gets stuck on
They're
these.
the best shoes.
Yeah, I bought this from the finest
Well-
Chinese man. He's fucking the best. That's what
That's
I don't
kinda-
like.
I don't think
over
I honestly-
everything.
I don't think Trump. I don't think Trump believes in anything, and I don't like that side of the aisle very much. And not that I like the other side more, but I like that side less. But even Mike Pence, who is a holy rolling Bible loving, despicable idea having asshole, in my personal opinion, I would much rather him be president right now because I think he could at least not be like, "Hey, fuck you!" Like even when people are being mean to him. Like I don't even think I hated Bush. I seriously hated Bush, but he was never like I didn't like his policies. I didn't do anything like that. But he never was like hey Georgie, when he went out there, what do you think about this thing that happened in Iraq today? And he didn't pull out his dick and just start shoving it in somebody's face. Like I mean,
Just professionalism, yeah.
It's just
it was just.
Well,
it was
it's kind of like
in some ways it's almost refreshing to have a psychotic. Well, no, I don't know it's psychotic, but a guy that's
no
just
nonsense
talking shit and doing but who's just spewing bullshit like your grandfather into a microphone. But it's also it just seems damaging. I think it's exacerbated the whole everything right now, all the situation. Just that the fact that there's always going to be half of the country that doesn't like the guy that's there, and the guy that's there kind of has to take it because
And
half
I-
of the country is never going to like that person.
Yeah,
true.
and I 100% agree with you, and I hate to cut you off, but at the same time, when you're always fighting I don't know, man. If it was me, and everybody was always against me. I don't know. I don't know how the dude does it, honestly. Like, it's
Well,
from the get-go.
It goes
Everybody
back to
hated
it
it.
goes back to my
And
point.
whenever I hear, if you tell me that there's a reason to hate this person, like if everybody's telling me that you have to hate this person, right? This is why he's a racist, this and that. Like, to me, I want to dig a little bit further and try to find out. I mean, why is everybody so against him? I get that he should probably be more professional. I totally get that. And he says stupid shit all the time. I get it. But there's no way that I'm going to go and vote for Biden right now, because everything that's going on right now with the race baiting, everything that's going on, right? All that stuff was started with that 94 crime bill, and it can it all goes back to there.
I think,
And
I
that's
mean, it
when-
goes
that's
back
when-
farther than that. I'm not saying that Trump is responsible for this. I'm not saying, Barack Obama was complicit in it, and Bill Clinton was complicit in it, and George W. Bush. This stuff has been going back from the inception of our country, and I just feel like the stewardship of this crisis right now is very poor. I feel like the stewardship of a lot of this stuff has been poor, but
No, you're right.
I think
think
that's
it-
on all sides, honestly.
It goes
You
back
know,
to
and
what
that-
I was
that can't
saying,
be-
though. It goes
it's
back to
on
what
all
I
if,
agree.
if you went to something. I mean, being a president's the insane amount of pressure, no matter who you are and how prepared you are. But he was zero prepared, and he didn't expect to have all these advisors. Everybody, you'd get like no sleep for like fucking years. You get everybody telling you're doing the things wrong or you're doing things right. You get all this shit constantly. And if you're not prepared,
How is president even a thing, dude? How is
Yeah.
president even a thing?
it's
I don't
pretty
know why Americans
antiquated.
think-
It really
You-
is.
Yeah, we should just get rid of it.
I honestly think that the Constitution was nice, but when you have the people that
It looked
that
nice.
wrote
They had
it
great
were
handwriting.
responsible for two of the most despicable genocides in the history of the planet. Maybe that shouldn't be your fucking contract with your people.
Well, I mean, and that goes into
Well,
everything that I first started talking about tonight with why this was all set up in the first place by the Freemasons. You know,
oh, speaking of which,
It
I
was
read
set
up
up-
on your.
it was
I read
it
up
was
on
set
your
up
secret
for a reason.
society, the Boulay Boys.
well, that's
or
not
what-
my secret society, man. The Boulets.
Dude, that made me
The
laugh so
Boulets.
hard.
That's not my secret society.
I looked it up.
Yeah, well.
So what's it called, Boulay? But the
Yeah,
re-
there's a Boulet.
but
it's
the
called
reason it
Boulet
made me
Society,
laugh.
So
Let me tell you why it made me laugh right away, though, is the article that I
Yeah.
opened. Bunch of homosexual black fellas trying to kill people. That's how it started out. I was like,
Wow.
that was the headline. I was like, this is my kind of shit. But then,
Isn't
I
it-
started
isn't it
reading
crazy?
more. I started reading a little more, and it was pretty interesting. But just the way they were
Well,
like, bunch of fucking faggot blacks ruining the world.
Jesus.
Well, so the first I heard about this was through a gentleman called Bishop Larry Gators.
I'd
and
never
I'm
heard
sure
of
we
it.
could probably get him on the podcast. He's probably open to doing this kind of thing. He's said on several podcasts before that he's always open to doing one. So, anyways, he's a gentleman who works for iHeartRadio out of New York City. And anyways, so that was the first time I heard about the Boulay Society. And very interesting. It's related
says
to the
hi,
Skull
Matt,
and Bones
by
in
the
a
way.
way.
Hi.
You're ruining. He's talking about
Hi.
conspiracy theory.
Okay.
I can't hear anything.
I'm sorry. You can grab
All
some
right, now,
headphones
but,
if you want.
But no, so the Belezo, it's in a way it's related to the Skull and Bone Society, but the Skull and Bone Society out of Yale they don't allow black people. So the Boulay Society was created to help keep track of black people across the world, and they employ only blacks. And if you look at LeBron James, for instance, he never went to college, right? LeBron James was drafted straight out of high school. But if you look at the big tattoo on his chest, that is the Boulay tattoo.
Oh, so he's a queer.
It's the Boulay symbol. And Kobe
You're
Bryant
thinking.
was also in the Boulays. And
You
it's
would
a very
think,
interesting story.
You would think LeBron would have better hair if he's a queer.
And I don't think
Well,
No, but
I don't think,
isn't it? It was like a society of
think
black
those kind
people
of
to suppress
people-
other black people, right? And there was like a fucking.
What were you saying, Christopher?
I was going to say, with LeBron, you know, if you're a little light in the loafers, if you take those shoes down to the grocery store and you weigh them, I don't think you're that into assists. He's rebounding. This is a triple double every other night right here. That doesn't
He's
happen.
big on assists. Well, and it is interesting though in basketball how the symbol they throw up is always this, right? When they hit the three, and what is that? That's 666.
I think the reason I don't believe in
Right,
a lot
and-
of that stuff is that no one's included me, and it makes me mad. Like,
I
why
know.
aren't
What the
I
fuck?
part
Why
of some
can't I-
fucking
Well-
sweet society, dude?
Well, and you might be, but part of the boule is Jay-Z and Beyonce, but Jay-Z, he's part of the boule through a different way. So there's a reason why he called his record label Rockefeller, because it was related to the Rockefellers. And it all goes back to the 13 bloodlines. And the boules were created to help keep track of black people and keep them down, really. And they're all the richest they're all in the system. Oprah, and it goes over and over again. Very interesting story, though.
I hate Oprah.
So your conspiracy is that a black man can't be successful?
No, they're successful, but they have
Oh, no.
rules.
Oh no, absolutely.
They have
they're
these set
successful.
of rules. The way I was reading is, like the
They have a
the
set of rules,
contract
and
that you
there's a-
sign, it says that they can blackmail you, and if you do anything, they will do it that they don't like.
They will, and they so.
But
for
don't you know,
instance,
Matt?
Think about
My brother and I are
Think
very
about all-
important businessmen. Why aren't we fucking secret boys? This is pissing me off.
well.
I want a
The-
nice. I'll fucking make
use-
Rockefeller
we use,
records too. I don't
We
care.
use one of the finest pepperonis in the country.
You know, if
So
they ever.
apparently they blackmail everybody, and
it's like
there's
they know
reasons
about it.
why. Well, there's reasons why everybody has a family member who dies, or a family member who is nowadays turned transsexual. Think about Dwayne Wade and his daughter now, right? His child.
So they think Kobe's
so-
like daughter died because of this shit.
No. So Kobe was tied in a different way. So Kobe was suing a company that was a pharmaceutical company. And the reason why he was suing that company is because they were using his name, Black Mamba. They were using it on their drug. But the reason why he was suing them was not only because of the name, but because they were putting opiates in their drug. It was just a weight loss drug, but they were putting opiates in it to get people addicted to it. He was supposed to go to court on Wednesday. He died on Sunday. He was supposed to go to court on Wednesday. The person who owned the company with him, the Black Mamba company, they were all tied to Jeffrey Epstein also.
Did you watch
Very-
that documentary?
Well,
Crazy.
To be fair to
shit.
that company,
Crazy shit.
to be fair to that company, heroin is a pretty good weight loss drug.
Yeah,
It's not too
he's got a
bad.
point.
Yeah, I see some of my old pictures when I was on painkillers. Well, I was good looking. I was fucking. I was thin through the whole
Yeah, but
area. No, it's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
And who knows? I mean, I'm not. You know, it's hard for me to say I don't believe in shit like that, only because I believe in like aliens and shit. That's a whole different conspiracy. I watched a documentary
Well,
on
I
the
don't
skinwalkers.
actually.
You watch that shit?
I disagree, Patrick. I think it's all the same conspiracy because it may not be aliens at all. It could be just a different realm.
Oh, maybe.
So
Like another
people-
dimension or what?
And so yeah. So what these people worship and what Kobe was into was as above, so below. Anton LaVey,
That's a terrible movie, by the
Aleister
way.
Crowley, right? So as above, so below. 7 different realms on both sides.
Dude, I had so
And,
much
I
anxiety
mean-
in that movie. Sorry to cut you off, but they were like in these tunnels, and I got claustrophobic. All these rocks fell. It was terrifying.
I thought it was good until like the dead guys started showing up, and I was
Then
like,
there was a
this is
phone down there. It was like a landline. Who has a landline?
You're like, "Oh, I'm out."
It scared the shit out of me. But anyways, yeah. Well, and that's what I've read is like, because I follow that Robert Bigelow, and he's like crazy billionaire fucking. He's very into all that shit, like Skinwalker Ranch, all the alien shit. He actually bought Skinwalker Ranch, and he's a billionaire that
Is
funded.
he on it now?
He just sold it recently. But when
What's
he had,
Skinwalker Ranch again?
it's like
Sorry.
I don't know. It's like supposed to be like this paranormal hotspot of just like aliens and skinwalkers, or like
Gotcha.
scary people that come out of wormholes and shit.
I know I've heard of it.
It's pretty intense shit.
Yeah,
But-
wormholes apparently.
Exactly. And like, so he bought it and he put fucking, billions of dollars or millions of dollars into surveillance, and he couldn't prove shit. They got some weird pictures and stuff like that. And then fucking but so he took all these different UFO things like MUFON and stuff. I don't know if you ever heard of them, the Mutual UFO Network. And then he made a whole
absolutely. Move on files.
Yeah, and then he created a whole nother scientific thing called NIDS. And then there was one other, and he was like, you guys are always bitching about you don't have any funding. Here's fucking $1 million. Fucking split it between you when you hear a fucking UFO sighting or whatever. Fucking get there. And they like blew it. So then he just fucking created all. They just like fought over the money and got nothing done. So then he bought that ranch and he like put like cameras and like fucking seismic things and shit. And he just couldn't prove shit. But he's, everybody has all these conspiracies around his ass too, because he's this billionaire guy that doesn't want to talk much. He does everything in the secret. I don't know. Maybe they're all tied together. But
Yeah.
I want to go on a UFO and look at me some Jupiter. It looks pretty cool.
My wife is watching these ghoul shows, and I don't mean to.
Which one is it? Is it the fucking that muscular guy that's like, oh, I'm scared? What the fuck's the name of that?
No.
That's my favorite one.
It's paranormal activities caught on camera or something like that. And from what I can tell, and I don't mean to shut this down, it just reminded me of that, and it upset me greatly because every night I can't even go to sleep anymore because I'm very worried that the devil might open my door. Like or like or maybe throw a sock across the room or something like that. And
Would that be? You're all the worst ghost ever. You're like fucking. Here's a sock, and all the other ghosts make fun of you because they're like moving fucking glasses and shit, and all you can do is toss a sock.
Why is that so terrifying to me? I can't even sleep anymore. My wife is watching these ghoul shows, and then it's
You're
like
40.
They set up a camera. They set up a camera, and a glass falls over, and I'm like, ah! And it hurts my heart. I don't like it. How about you, Mr. Harmon?
I've never really been into any of the ghosts or alien shit, to be honest.
You never seen a UFO, huh?
No, nothing.
There was one night, I'm not even joking. This was on the 4th of July at the Monty Bray Tavern, and it was the most insane thing. All of a sudden, these 3 teardrop, like gigantic, bright things of light, and Patrick was probably there, he's not here now, or just start falling in the sky, and there's like 15, 20 people. They're all just standing in the Bonnie Bray parking lot looking at this stuff. Like, what the fuck is this? And it's just like, it keeps on breaking apart, and more teardrops and all this sort of stuff. And we're like, what? And we watched it for 30 minutes. It was the most fucked up thing we ever saw. And then like the next day, it was like the Denver Post or something was like, hey, did you see those skydivers? And I'm like, skydivers? How the fuck was this skydivers? These were up against some mountains, and it was like these insane.
Huh.
It was fucking insane. Ask. I think Pat was there. Hey brother. Hey brother. Hey brother. Hey.
What's going on?
Do you remember? It was like on the 4th of July or something, and they had those crazy teardrop lights that were falling
from the tavern.
Down,
we could see it at the tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was fucking insane.
They said it was skydivers.
Yeah, Natalie was like, "Look at
was...
this fucking UFO," and I was like, "Holy shit! I finally got to see a UFO." And then then the fucking paper came out and was like, they said that there was like, I don't know, like 10 skydivers. There was
a guy in a parachute,
and they all had like flares on them, and they're like spinning in a circle. And I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. No, I don't know about.
You want to fucking burn you want to burn a flare next to your parachute?
Like Ebenezer Scrooge. All these people, they're wearing a nightcap and a nightgown, and they were just holding the fucking candle holder. like this.
I wonder if you could still find the news article.
Because that was fucking weird. That was weird, wasn't it, brother?
It was weird. I don't know what you believe in, brother. We've never talked about aliens. You believe in aliens, brother?
Yeah, I remember that we had a neighbor named Amy Earlywine, and I have a feeling their name
whore.
was Alien Earlywine.
She abused us. That was pretty good.
Stupid.
That bitch used
Yeah.
to pinch us. You ever get
Any-
fucking
any
pinched
anal
like
probes?
under your arm? You ever get pinched? That's worse than getting molested.
No. There
Nope,
was a little one that
nobody.
we gave the vodka
Nobody.
to.
Amy
Yeah, we gave her
Earlywine.
a
No,
glass
she used to
of
watch us.
No, we
You're
watched
mi-
her. She was
You're
tiny.
mixing stuff up, aren't you? That was
No,
our,
this was at the second house, Amy Earlywine.
no, the first house was Amy Earlywine.
Yeah,
that was that bitch who used to pinch us. Probably sucked our dicks.
that was Aaron Black. No,
No,
but it
no,
wasn't. No, it
that was
wasn't
Aaron
Mitch, but
Black.
It was, no, it was.
That's a
the-
crime,
the
don't
guy
talk
that
about it.
molested us playing poker's little daughter. It wasn't. She wasn't our molester.
All
It
right,
was the
then there
people
was-
next door. It was the red hair. It was the Terry that died from the cancer.
Hmm.
Her.
She had a
twin
weird
daughters-
name.
She had a weird name, but Amy Earlywine, I don't remember. I think it was. I can't remember her
She's the
name.
one who
but it
huffed
was the
gas
one-
with us.
Yeah, this isn't. No, that wasn't the Earlywine.
Fuck,
The
we had
Earlywine
a
was the
terrible
preacher's
childhood.
daughter.
What's that?
Sister. No, it was the preacher's.
All I remember, there was some bitch that used to watch us.
Earlywine was the one we went to play poker with and made us get naked and
Oh,
look
yeah.
at our bodies when we were little.
God,
And then,
he must
the
have been
fuck?
disappointed when he saw my body.
but it was next door. Terry and Ron.
He's
They
like, "Put your
had-
clothes back
they
on. I'm
had-
gonna molest your brother." He's like, "You stand in the corner and
had-
don't listen." All right, go on now.
Yeah, man. Stupid.
Oh no, but it was a red-headed woman named Amy that used to pinch us. But
Yeah,
she
who
was.
was she?
Her name was Smith.
Hmm.
Amy
Yeah,
Smith.
seriously, have you ever got pinched real hard? It's literally the worst thing.
Yes.
And that or getting like smacked in the
That
face.
thing that Chris does where he grabs something in the back. I don't know even what he does. What do you do when
Why
you
don't
grab something?
your
in the
spine.
back? Fucking hurts.
I pulled the
That's like
ligaments
the
off
weirdest
your
fucking
spine.
thing that's ever happened.
What'd you say?
That's one of the weirdest things that's ever happened. Like one
What's
of the weirdest
that?
pains.
Oh,
When
it's
I pulled the
horrible.
ligaments off the spine. Yeah.
My brother broke his leg just to feel cool with my dad. He snapped his ligament because my dad broke his
Stand
leg, and
straight.
he was like, "I need to hang out with my dad so he likes me more for the rest of our lives." And
I
then,
won that broken
and
leg.
then my sister did it too, like fucking a week later. You guys didn't break my leg. Well, fuck you guys.
I was playing soccer when I tore that leg.
Do you guys want to
That's
know
a
what my
real
brother's nickname in soccer was before he became a degenerate? CD.
Faggot.
CD.
CD. He's
CD.
like, he's
what
like,
they
my
call
name's
me
Chris
in
Dyer, but
person."
call me CD. I mean, he was like 7, so
I
I
didn't
can't.
say that shit. No. No, the coach called me CD, and then I go into 6th grade, and my teacher's like, "Anybody got a nickname?" I was like, "Oh, in soccer they call me CD," and then she's like, "We're gonna call you Chris because no, we're not gonna."
Good.
And
That
I
teacher taught you a
respected her.
fucking lesson. Fuck your nickname.
She taught me, don't ever fucking talk to anybody.
Yeah. I was thinking about one of my, you know, everybody has their cringe-worthy moments that we all remember for the rest of our lives. The other day I was remembering one. This was right after the fucking Oklahoma City bombing. I don't know why I remember that. But for whatever reason, you weren't allowed to wear hats back then. I think they were afraid of gangs or some shit. I don't know. And
Hey, you wear a hat, you might be black.
yeah, that might have
Couldn't
been
wear
it.
you couldn't wear the you couldn't wear the Colorado Rockies hat. Y'all remember that?
This was even before. That might have been right the first year they fucking had their first stadium. When did they come here? 94?
Yeah.
So
right
that
about
might have
there,
been right
93.
because I was like 8th grade, so that's probably about it. I might have been
Remember
wearing a
you couldn't,
Colorado Rockies because, yeah, Crip, what did it mean? Crip lover or some shit?
Yeah, and you know who taught me that? How it's spelled Crip? You know who taught me that?
Who's that?
Officer Poole.
Uh-oh. Did he make you drink
Well-
bleach?
No.
That's one who's like,
No,
son,
but so
son."
anyways, I fucking whatever reason I fucking buzzed my head. It was like 8th grade, and like I had this grandeur idea that everybody gave a shit. And so, like, I fucking showed up to school in this fucking hat. Like, fucking thinking I was going to have this big reveal. Like, I was going to pull my hat off. Everybody's going to, like, fucking be clapping. Oh, boy, he's the craziest boy ever. And so I get into class, and the teacher's like, hey, asshole, fucking, you know you're not supposed to wear a fucking hat. And I'm like, I'm going to keep my hat on. And then he's like, fucking take off your hat. And so, like, I stood up, and I ripped my hat off, and I was like, so what? I shaved my head. And literally everybody just turned at and looked at me like, what? Just fucking kill yourself already. What is your fucking problem? You're a piece of shit. No one cares at all. And then they all just went back to their work, and I thought everybody was gonna be like, look at this rebel. He's wore a hat and then he had no hair. Dude, what a piece of shit. That teacher should have beat me up in front of everyone, and I would have deserved it. It was
So
fucking
what was it?
disgusting.
It wasn't just a gang shit. Could you imagine? You couldn't wear a hat in school ever. Can you wear hats in
Yeah.
school?
I think you could do whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
you
you
can
want
do
as
it,
long
yeah.
as you show up these days.
Yeah,
they don't even.
they're just like jerk off at your desk. I
I
think.
couldn't wear one when I was in high school.
Dude, back then we had
They
the
made a
coolest
big deal
hats,
about
not like
bandanas.
this. We had, curve bills back then.
Oh,
But I look pretty sweet in this white cap.
You gotta
They're like,
turn it
hey,
around, bro.
You got any respect for your mother coming in here in a baseball cap?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Oh.
Excuse me, sir.
It
You're indoors. It's like, all right, cool. I guess I can't wear a hat.
Even my grandfather would do that. Like sometimes on a Sunday morning after I'd been drinking till 4 a.m. and just doing whatever, and you're a little scruffier in those days. You had longer hair. You looked like
Yeah,
Matt.
because
like
we didn't look that bad
Carmen,
with
like
long
No, I
hair.
need a
Pile
haircut
like-
so bad.
yeah, you wore your hair long because you were a shit. You were a piece of shit.
And you didn't
And
have
then
bald
so you go in-
spots.
Wow.
You didn't have the bald spot either, but you go in, and so on Sunday morning you wear your Tanqueray hat that you got at the Captain Morgan promotion. And then so you wear that, and your grandfather would be, what the fuck are you doing? Are you insane? You inside with a hat on?
I always knew it was a bad Sunday morning when I would get a giant plate of fries with fucking chili on it because I needed to fucking sober up. That's when I knew it was going to be a long Sunday morning. We've been having horrible Sunday mornings for about 20 years, haven't we?
Oh, it's been 25 years.
Jesus
oh, boy.
Christ.
It's been nothing but horrible. I remember
Yeah,
the worst
Sunday-
Sunday morning ever. I got there at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, Matt
instead
used to
of
work
at
there.
8.
He witnessed this stuff. He was our parking lot
Sunday
man.
Are
morning.
you used to work at the tavern too?
Sunday morning.
He was security.
I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you right now, the worst Sunday morning of all time. I got there at 9 o'clock instead of 8 because I'd been up drinking all night with Aaron, and we broke into the old Elitch's with swords.
Oh, I forgot
And we
about
wandered
that.
around.
See, you used to be able to break
And
into
so-
Elitch's with swords and not get arrested.
Yeah, the old Elitch's out west.
Yeah, then.
That's
So
white
we broke
privilege.
in it, and we just walked around with swords all night, drinking and having swords. And so I go home, and we passed out at his place, and I can't even tell you the criminal activity that's kind of in between that because it's probably past, but it's they can't put any of us in jail, but nobody wants to hear the horrible things that happen. So that part is out. You can't hear that part. I'm not going to tell you.
Subscribe
But
to our
anyway.
Patreon.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
I'll
hear
tell
that
you
one
that
story.
I know. So I slept until 8:30.
Oh.
And I fucking wake up and I go crazy and I drive down and I get down there at 9 and my grandfather's sitting on the fucking bar stool at the end of the bar and he's just going,
You and your Tanqueray hat.
yeah, he was so pissed at me that he wouldn't even talk to me. He was just shaking my head because I didn't beat him there.
Yeah. No, it was the passive aggressive aggression towards us, and by being drunken fools was pretty hilarious at first. He didn't gave up after a while. He didn't give a shit later in life. But we used to get all kinds of shit because I couldn't show up. I mean, what the fuck? Chris and I moved out. You know why I moved out of my apartment or my mom's house originally? It's because my sister got knocked up. And I'm like, I can't have no screaming babies around here. So Chris and I moved out. And we were drunk for 10 years straight. We spent thousands of dollars on just whiskey. So everything was
Lied
just
around.
a disaster at that fucking. It was horrible.
Well, it's like
And we used to drive
literally
trash
had a-
constantly, so we definitely went to work drunk a lot, especially Sunday mornings.
Oh yeah, Sunday morning was drunk day, and then when you got off, as soon as 3 o'clock rolled around, you got drunk at the bar and went home, and you drove in your car.
Hell yeah, you
You
did.
drive a car.
Yeah, old days.
Yeah.
What else you supposed to do? Well, shit,
I
Matt
did
and
that
I.
down here till I got busted.
Well, that.
I,
Dude, that was
You
a
know,
good
I haven't
story when
driven
I
truck-
went out there the first time. It was me and Dave. The first time we went out there, and Matt and we were all trying to keep up with Matt because that was like his peak. He was having a tough time with like divorce and all that fun shit. So he was fucking.
I was going through hell.
He was fucking drinking like John Elway would have in the Super Bowl. He was, and me and Dave were seasoned drinkers anyways, and we get down there and we're like, holy shit. We said that to each other a couple times, like, what the fuck? Jesus fucking Christ. And we're at low altitude, so we're like even able to drink more, and we're like, holy shit. But so one night, it was when we went to the 311 show. I was talking about it last week, and where I was just so completely trashed by even like 3/4 of the night. It wasn't even the end of the night that, I'm just like buying a beer and dropping them immediately and just like walking back over. Give me more! And so normally we would just been, hey, we should probably go home. But we went to a bar after that. And we drove to every single one of them. We probably did a good couple 100 miles that fucking night, trashed.
That's hilarious.
But then finally at the end of the night, even Matt's just like, he can't even fucking keep his eyes open. We're like, we need a hotel. And so I'm trying to like fucking Expedia a hotel. And so I finally book one, and it took who knows how fucking long. And then we drove to the wrong hotel. And then me and Matt and Dave, we all just walk into the fucking lobby like zombies. Like, give us our room. And then Matt and Dave, I remember them sitting in these chairs just staring at me pissed because we had the wrong hotel. And then I can't remember what you said exactly, but you're like, I ain't mad because I'm mad. I'm mad because you said something about I fucked up. I can't remember how it went. And then we had to go drive to another hotel, and I'm pretty sure we drank a couple more beers before we went to bed. It was just not good.
Christ.
But the worst part is we wake up like 3 hours later, and Matt's like just ready to go. And he's like, all right, let's go. And me and Dave are just like, then we went to fucking Austin after that.
Yeah.
That was,
We
and
did.
drove, how many hours is that from your crib?
Probably about 3.
And we were drinking the whole way
It was
there.
like 2.5, 3 hours at the time. Yeah.
But I fucking,
Yeah.
actually that
Well,
day.
we had to stop. You got to stop at Buc-ee's, dude. You got to get some road sodas. Come on.
Yeah,
dude.
we were just. That's what he told me. And it's, dude, they have a fucking cooler by the fucking register. And they're like, don't you want to drink and drive? And we're
Every
like,
store, and they give you a bag for every single one of them,
Yeah.
paper bag.
Texas is the shit.
Yeah, buddy.
you could smoke in bars there too. It was really weird to
You
me.
go through drive-throughs there. Shit too.
Yeah. Hey, and we're not stopping to go drinks either here, by the way.
I wonder if they're going to let us keep doing
Fucking
it. Because we've been
Yeah,
able to
here
do it this
too, I
whole
think.
time.
I think you should, dude. You know what? I enjoyed it because we would go pick up Mexican from a little place here, and then they give you the big ass like 32-ounce margarita, and that shit in a little styrofoam cup. That shit stays cold all night, dude.
Yeah.
It's beautiful,
Hell yeah.
beautiful. Take it.
People are scared here
Keep
to do
them
it.
coming.
It's pretty.
Well, I mean, I get it.
we
You don't want
haven't been
cocaine
able to do
driving.
it ever, and then so like people, I'm like, hey, you want to drink, buddy? And they're like, oh, I don't know if I
Yeah.
should. Should I have a drink? This one fucking crazy old couple, they actually drove me fucking insane. They bring in a fucking box, like a file box from their house, for us to put our food in it and their beer, because they didn't want us to go near them, and I just wanted to fucking spit in their fucking eyes. Like I hope you fucking get it. was like, if you're that terrified where you have to put a box on the bar, let me put stuff in it, and then leave with your box, don't go in public. But at first, they were trying to let us reuse bags and shit. And I'm like, if you're making me use a box, you keep your fucking trash bags out of here, because you're infected. Get the fuck out of my face. But some people are pissed that they're clearly from a state that can drink and whatever. You can take out drinks. They're like, hey, can I get a beer? I'm like, yeah, here you go. And he's like, ain't you going to open it? How am I supposed to drink in my car? And I'm like, no, you fucking just go do that. I ain't doing shit. And you don't know where you got this from.
Open it your own self.
My brother's got a big house wine.
Yep, he's a big house. He just got back from the big house, y'all.
Oh, yeah, I made this in a toilet.
Nice.
I went with my brother.
Little orange juice, little bread, and whatever else they put in there. Urine, probably.
Yeah, right.
I told you I'm making my own wine, didn't I?
No, are you?
I tell you, boys.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah, no,
the balloon
my
wine.
Grandfather used the balloon wine. Yeah, my grandfather used to be like, hey, my grandfather in Pueblo, he burned down his house twice making balloon wine. So I figured I better make some. But all you do,
better make some.
So yeah, you just put like it's just a bunch of sugar and grape juice and yeast, and you put it in a bottle, and you put a balloon on it, and then the balloon blows up. And then when the balloon isn't inflated anymore, it's ready to go. But I also, it should be ready around July 4th. So I'm going to drink to celebrate that fucking goddamn rapist, Thomas Jefferson.
Hell yeah.
Well, if there was ever a best time to be a rapist in history, that's probably a good time. You don't get in trouble back then.
Yeah, they encouraged it.
Actually, I think you didn't get in trouble until about 1990. So, pretty much any time but now.
It's still.
You ever see any movie in the 80s? It was just rape and tits.
Even now, if you have a shit
I'm
ton of
pretty
money,
sure you could
don't get in
probably.
trouble.
It might be okay now too.
Jesus Christ.
Depends on who and how much money you have.
Seems like a lot of work to dominate someone like that. I would not be interested.
They seem to legalize prostitution.
Yeah, me and Matt were talking about that the other night. Not Diaz. You're not in this. I'm not going to say you're getting hookers. Me and the other Matt.
No hookers for me.
We're like,
I would get a hooker.
What would stop you at 4 in the
100%.
morning when you're fucking case in and a pocket full of money? Just going to get a hooker if it was legal. You know what I mean? You just call your Uber. You go down to the Brazil sex store. Get yourself a nice...
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And that's why we have a government.
Even if you're not into it, you're just trashed. Yeah. You don't want to do that. Oh, dear.
I know you want to do it right now, but you're not going to like that in about 3.5 hours.
Well, it's easy to talk yourself into it when you're like that. The other night, I would have been pretty close when I was doing Lips Donkey raps. That's what I was saying earlier, is I can't just drink. I just can't. Like, I fucking didn't drink for 3 months straight. And then 2 days ago, I drank 19 beers. I'm like, what the fuck? What is wrong with me? And then not only that, I start smoking weed and fucking I go buy packs of cigarettes in the middle of the night. It's like I can't just fucking have one fucking beer.
It's because alcohol's a gateway drug, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it's the gateway drug.
It's like I really shouldn't drink and I can't drink and it's a terrible idea, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway.
And a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what booze does. It loosens your inhibitions, man.
That's true.
I think
bro.
one thing that's helped.
Let you smoke that crack cocaine.
It hasn't helped a lot.
I'm glad I haven't.
A little bit. One thing that's helped for me is having a young child, is because I don't sleep at all anymore.
Yeah.
Like I put her to sleep at like 10, and then when she goes to sleep, it's like then I gotta wait for my wife to go to sleep so I can jerk off, right? And then so that's about midnight, and then I jerk off, and then I drink 5 bottles of wine.
What was the name of your wine?
And then the baby wakes up. Yeah, and then the baby wakes up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and so I realized that. So I don't.
That's kind of why I quit drinking. Is because
I don't.
hey, don't you sneeze on here, you get us sick. He's not wearing a mask.
So I don't have the energy to ever go get a prostitute, but
I got.
You would if there was literally one around the corner of your fucking liquor store and pussy shop, like 5 feet from your house. You would be there. Dongs and dabs.
I'd just be going down the stairs. I'm going to get marshmallows.
Then he comes back with no marshmallows and gets in the shower.
And she's like, I want to smell your dick. Come over here so I can smell your dick.
No.
You know what? It smelled okay because that chick was kind of clean. She washed her pussy. She knew what she was doing. She's a fucking.
That's what I was telling Matt. As long as
she works in a store, right?
As long as I don't see the other guy leaving, I'll probably be all right.
Yeah.
It's all good, huh?
And as long as when I don't walk in there, there's no cum on my feet or whatever, that's good. I'll leave my shoes on in there for sure. Just fucking drop the drawers and just throw it in real quick. It's not like you got to impress her.
Well, that's kind of.
This is a fucking business transaction.
Patrick, though, that's what it's like being a guitar player anyways. You walk in, you're like, well, here's what I got. I mean, probably not as good as the guy before me or the one after me, but this is what I can play. It's whatever.
You walk in and you see a guy with long hair and you're like, well, he's better. So he's just fucking doing scales and perming his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but he knows what he's doing. Then he opens his... Yeah.
Fucking.
Dude, I've been slacking on the guitar lately. I've been going through spurts where I go crazy. I haven't played shit for like a couple months now.
Oh, really? I figured you'd been playing a lot over the quarantine.
No, not really.
I've been playing a little bit. It's fun, man. It's fun when I don't take it seriously.
The Fender, bro?
What's that?
Fender or what?
No, I've been playing the old Ibanez here.
Oh, nice. I got that Strat. Did I tell you about how it was all fucked up?
What's that? Say it again.
Some of those solos on Against the Grain are some of my favorites you ever did.
Good.
I was thinking about doing a playthrough video on that shit, but I can't.
That'd be fun.
I can't figure out your solo, so you'll have to do it or something.
Fuck, I can't figure out any of this shit anymore. I was like, how did I ever know this? It's like a different lifetime.
It really is. I've like gone back and fucking piddled my way through some of it, but I mean, we knew a good 30, 40 songs. I couldn't tell you half of them anymore. That's a lot of shit. Even that fucking cover band we were in, I was trying to go back and play because we started playing some Bill Withers song right at the end. Nope.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Couldn't remember it.
I can kind of sing it, and I really liked playing it a lot. It was like one of my favorite things to fucking do. And then fucking, I can remember almost all the fucking Chili Peppers though for some reason.
Well, that's easy to remember.
And then
they've got their own style, I guess.
And what was the other? I don't know. It was like a fucking boy band that tried to do kind of reggae that fucking Dave loved. Not 311. Ballyhoo? No, one other one. One step down.
Pepper.
Some Pepper song I can still sing every word and play it like really well. Everything else is gone. We learned like 50 songs for that fucking band. It's fucking.
I know, dude.
I don't remember shit. I can still get around though.
Right? Yeah. Tell me the key. It's good.
You ever listen to my SoundCloud, bro? Patrick Dyer. I have like 7 originals on there.
SoundCloud?
I've heard a couple things on there, but not in a
Are
while.
they your raps or your
Pete, what is it?
Just get fiddling. Pee-pee funk.
Pee-pee
That's
funk.
what I do too.
Yeah.
You can always tell when I fell off the wagon is when I start posting songs on Twitter in the middle of the night. And videos, because what I do is this is my progression. I start listening to music and I'm like, oh yeah, I used to know how to do stuff. And then I watch Mr. Meatball and cry a little bit, and then I go to bed.
Next time I start seeing you posting shit on Twitter in the middle of the night, I'm just gonna fucking have them Postmate you some fucking Taco Bell bean burritos or something.
Fuck yeah.
Just
No,
fucking
don't worry.
help
I'll
you
go
out,
upstairs
bro.
and make all kinds of noise making food. Dude, the other night, like I said, I literally drank 19 beers. I haven't drank in 3 months. So, I was out there. You're supposed to drink like 2 or 3 the first time in. So, but I remember
Yeah, I can't do that.
I wake up the next day and I have no recollection of like the last quarter of the night. And I go upstairs and there was definitely evidence of me up there. There was definitely open bags of food and dirty plates, and I have no recollection.
That's funny.
I mean, I watered the lawn apparently. I mean, fucking. At least I'm a good boy. I'm gonna get these plants.
You're like, dude,
Took care of shit.
he's like, dude, I took out the hedges and planted all new flowers. It's crazy.
Dude, I've become an old man. I bought this electric mower, one of them battery powered one, at the beginning of the summer. That's like my favorite thing to do now is fucking mow the lawn. There's like, even if it's not grown, I'm out there fucking mowing the goddamn lawn, dude. It's insane.
I fucking hate it, dude. It's the worst.
My little robot mower makes me like it. I used to hate that
You don't gotta
fucking.
waste gas now.
I used to hate the gas. It'd be like fucking exhaust in your face the whole time. Oh, and also you live in Texas. It's 1,000
dude, it's
degrees
fucking-
at all
it's-
times.
Dude, I mowed yesterday. It was fucking the worst 3 hours of my life. It was terrible.
Jesus, you have a lot of
That's what I
yard.
like about apartments.
3 hours is brutal.
Well, I mean, I'm very anal, so
Well, me too. Even when there's no,
if
I go over it
if I'm
twice.
gonna do it, dude, it's gonna be done. You know what I mean? Like
No, me
like
too.
fucking doing all the little extra shit on the head, like just stupid.
Every
But I'm
fucking
already
year,
sweating, so it's whatever.
the goddamn woman buys all these vegetables and shit, plants them, and then
Yeah.
acts like she did something, and then I take care of them for 6 months. And then she's
And
like,
then-
look at the shit I grew. Every fucking time. And that's what's going on right now. I'm weeding. Fucking, we got all these potatoes, these strawberries. I put a net up. I built this beautiful enclosure. It's got fucking 3 gates, the best gates you ever seen. I got one over here, one over there, one over there. We got onion, potato,
The most
corn,
fantastic potato.
pump. You should see these fucking potatoes. They're about this fucking high now. I didn't even know they grew out of the ground like that. It's this fucking high. I mean, the potato's in the ground, but the top's not. It sucks. Just like fucking Trump. He's not going to get any credit. I grew those fucking vegetables. It wasn't her.
Next time, just let them die, dude.
No, I can't because it's a living thing. Dude, this fucking spider took over my work desk in the fucking garage. It's his now. I'm not gonna do anything. You should see this goddamn spider.
Come on, dude.
You should see this thing. He's fucking. He's got his own car. He parks in the garage.
Just moved on in.
It's his house now. I'm like, what's up, Tyrone? That's what I call him. I go out there. He's got to be a wolf spider because it has like that tunnel thing in the middle of their fucking thing. But his web's this fucking big. Once it gets that big, it's his. I'm not doing nothing.
So he's obviously a black spider.
I said his name's Tyrone, dude. Come on. Read between the
That's a
lines.
fucking
Read
you
between
know,
the
that's
lines,
an
buddy.
Irish name, don't you? That's an Irish name.
All right, he's
Tyrone?
the reddest
It really
spider
is,
I've
I
ever
swear to
seen.
God.
Really? That's.
All right.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine
it's
it's Irish? I can't do
And
it.
then
I can't do their fucking dialect, but them saying Tyrone would
because
sound
they're
so
disgusting
stupid.
people. If we should be oppressing anybody on this planet, it should be the Irish. I don't understand why we're oppressing all the people that give us good music and food and shit like that.
Wasn't there that good guy
Ireland-
back with like 30 years ago that was blowing them all up with bombs, though?
What?
There was that terrorist guy that was just blowing up Irish people. He was Irish too. Wasn't there some guy?
Yeah, good for him.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
fuck
He was doing
Fuck
God's
Ireland.
work.
He was doing
Is that that
God's
movie?
work.
Kill the Irishman or something like that.
You ever seen how pale
What are
they
you talking
are?
about?
You ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, Jesus, it's terrible. They walk in a room and you got to wear sunglasses. Ugh, terrible people.
Y'all aren't right.
It's
Y'all
like
aren't right. Y'all aren't right.
yeah, y'all ain't right. Like when it comes to Darwinism and evolution and stuff, and then this is what I don't understand about Ireland. It's like there's sexual selection, right? So you have your sexual selection, and your decision as a species is to fucking breed the like melanin out of your skin, and just like, oh my god, look at that albino right there.
Let's get
Holy
as white
shit,
as
I
we
want his
can.
dick. Although, but we all know that that's foolish because the sexual selection doesn't work like that. It was a big fucking gigantic fucking albino mongoloid fucking Irishman that was just raping people. It had decimated Ireland, and now they're all fucking pale, speckled, horrible people.
I've been reading that Carl Sagan book, and he talks a lot about evolution and stuff. And he talks about,
and he always says that Ireland is the worst fucking outcome.
I was going to say the whole prequel is that what's that physicist Tyson something? Neil deGrasse
yeah.
Tyson. He was like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just like Irish or trash. That was the whole thing.
That Neil deGrasse Tyson's full of shit, man.
He gets on my nerves, even though he's a fucking clearly a smart fella. He sucks. He kind of sucks. He really does. He's one of those most annoying people. I mean, we know you're right. Shut the fuck up. Don't shove it in my face. Fuck you. You know what I mean? And even if
why
he was
you gotta
lying,
keep writing books, dude.
But
Shut
even if
up,
he
we
was-
already know. Quit writing books.
if
dude.
he was lying, we wouldn't know the difference.
Be cool, dude.
Yeah, he's fucking sweet looking. He could go fucking get some puss. He doesn't have to tell me I suck about Pluto. Fuck you. So I literally skipped over that. I didn't read any of that. But he was talking about, Copernicus and astrology and just how everything sucks. And this was, the 70s when he wrote that shit, Carl Sagan, right? Seems like the 70s,
Yeah.
80s. Everybody must have really hated him, Carl Sagan. He sounded like Kermit the Frog, and he was just kind of a dick. Nobody.
I kind of watched the original Cosmos a little bit. That's about all I know about him.
talks like this. I'm Carl Sagan.
I thought he used to hang out with that Scientology dude.
Epstein?
No, the
what's his
Scientology.
name?
What's his
I
Hubbard.
can't ever remember his
Elon-
name. Yeah.
Elon
Musk Hubbard.
Thank you.
Yeah. L. Ron Hubbard
L.
and
Ron.
Carl Sagan. They were
See?
boys.
Now that's a name.
No, really.
No wonder he
I don't
got.
know, weren't they?
Do you know how
I
he
have no
got?
clue, but that's funny.
Do you know how he started Scientology? He was like, yeah, look,
I
hey,
don't even
he's
wanna
like, this
think
is
that.
like aliens and shit or whatever, and they're like, whatever, dude, fuck you. And he's like, my name's Elron.
You
They're
know
like,
what?
all right.
You know-
This guy's got a
You know what
good
I like
name.
about Neil deGrasse Tyson? It's literally Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay, here's what I don't
What
like.
is he
about
like to
Neil
mow the
deGrasse-
lawn a lot or something?
No,
The grass.
No, 50% of all the fucking carbon emissions in this on the planet come from animal agriculture,
Poo poo.
and he's like, yeah, but I like hamburgers, and he's bitching and moaning about all this sort of shit all the time. I love hamburgers. Well, you know what? Fuck you, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You know he sucks because he
Fuck you.
like when he's about to do a fucking answer. He you can hear him breathing like
It's
getting
like-
ready to go. Ugh,
Oh, man.
he's the
Well,
worst.
no, yeah, and the whole thing, his whole fucking
Fuck
thing.
Michio
he's like,
Kaku
the
too.
most-
While we're at it,
The most important thing on the planet right now is to fucking address climate change. And the thing, 50% of it, I don't want to do that because I like a hamburger every once in a while. I go down to the Wendy's and the McDonald's and the Wendy's.
no, that's my father-in-law.
Yeah.
He today Kay's getting her car fixed, and so she was letting him drive. He was letting her drive his car, so we dropped
Who,
her
Neil
off.
deGrasse Tyson?
He's basically
Fuck
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
Neil deGrasse
What,
Tyson.
dude?
They're cousins.
Sounds like a nice guy.
It's Mike Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Smitty. They're all cousins.
You know why I take Mike Tyson? Just because he's vegan.
He is vegan, and he's very muscular. You ever seen him?
He's
So,
a
anyways,
handsome boy.
like,
Well, he eats your children, so.
well,
He's
if that kid could take a fucking punch from him, that kid deserves a presidential star or whatever they got. What do you get? What's the big one? But anyways, we're driving home.
Purple Heart.
We're driving home. He kind of looks at me. I thought he was going to say something endearing. He's like, think we could go to McDonald's? And he wanted to go to a specific one because he likes their food the best.
down there, Mississippi. Chambers.
Nope, I live in Buckley. He said that Mississippi and Chambers
I live
one's
in
different.
Buckley. You go. Yeah, it's not
That's how
right
many-
there.
He's a fucking connoisseur. I've been really getting into my forging again. I really want to buy a forge. I've been hiding money.
You wanna buy
Like
what?
a forge. I want to build knives for protesters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll help.
But no, I have all
Yeah,
this
good
money
luck,
saved,
bro.
and I'm like, I should do something good with it. I'm gonna go spend it on a fire machine to melt metal and hit with a hammer. But I gotta wait till that spider moves out, because he's staying in there. I'm not going near that motherfucker. Yep. All right. Lips donkey's dead.
See you in hell. I'll see you in hell, you motherfucker dead.
You know, back to the
So what
beginning.
even
Of, I'll go on
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead.
Mark was asking on the chat. He was asking if we covered it, and I was like, I think we kind of did, but
Cover
we
what?
just know he's dead, huh? That's it.
Oh, Lips donkey.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, what else to really talk about?
The email literally said,
Well,
"Hey, turns
That-
out Lips
we haven't
donkey's
talked
dead."
about that. I miss you, Mark. Yeah, I love you.
Mark needs to
Yeah.
call.
He won't. He's he's a busy boy.
That's for sure.
I don't want to give you shit. You know, I understand you don't want to do the show no more, but I love you. I miss you.
I think he'll do the show. He just doesn't want to be here right now. Some point.
He's got to
Well,
work on.
that's
make
fine. I hope he does it again someday. I miss, not that tonight wasn't lovely, nothing like that, but you know what, Mark? You know, my heart feels for you. I miss you, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do with the Mark's Weed Cam song now?
Dude, I had to unplug all those. Because I had too many
Oh, yeah.
cameras going to my stupid thing for no reason. I packed up everybody's mics too because I didn't want them to get too
You should just give
dusty.
yourself 6 different angles for the podcast.
You think I wouldn't?
That'd be funny.
Actually, have you gotten that money from the Restaurant Association, Brer?
Nope.
Not yet, no.
I think they're lying to us. But I was going to buy a DSLR with that money.
What's a DSLR?
Fancy ass camera mug. Because you can't buy webcams right now. So I'm going to go to the next level mug.
My internet just fuck up.
Your mom fucking fucked up by making you, bro.
Apparently. Damn.
So
That
DSLR
was
is
a little
like what
harsh.
those like Canons, those nice fucking cameras. I'm gonna
Oh.
turn it into a webcam and
That's too
video camera for my Brer and I to make vidges. I think you and I can do another meatball video with social distancing. I just turn on the camera or whatever and leave the room. You could do your bit. I'll do my bit. You do your bit, and I edit it.
We could just be in the
Yeah.
same room.
Well,
You're in the same
no,
room
no.
all the time.
I've got a whole script. Yeah, we'll do a meatball thing, but I'll
That
talk
means
to
he
you
don't
later,
want to do a
because I
meatball
got-
thing. He's moved on, is what that means. He's got another
No,
script.
We got to do a meatball thing, but I've also got a Don Paisan thing that has to happen, and I'll
I
do
don't
it
know.
on my own. I'll do it on my own.
He
I
did
don't
Don
care.
Paisan for almost
You're not
2 weeks
invited.
straight.
I've got a Don Paisan.
Why would
movie,
you do it on your
and-
own? I just told you I'm going to buy a fancy camera.
Exactly. Buy a goddamn. I've been thinking about going to buy a fancy camera, but I wasn't going to edit it. I was going to be like, "Hey, Pat,
Why don't you guys go in together and get a really fancy
We
camera?
need 2 cameras, you piece of shit. What are you thinking?
I thought y'all were so rich. You
right,
should
never
just get
mind.
like 12
What?
cameras.
There's a scene that requires 3 people.
Really? Well, we'll call Kayla.
Sounds like 18 cameras.
That's
You
true.
come over here, I'll give you the COVID too.
I was thinking, yeah, we need some more vidges. I was watching them the other night. It's been a while since we did anything. You did that one where you were kissing everybody, giving them fucking diseases.
Well, this movie's
Here.
got a sex scene in it,
Tell me the
but it
truth.
involves
You were
chewing gum.
jacking off Matt Harmon and lasagna.
Right.
Which one had a bigger dick?
Yeah. I don't remember I had a bigger dick, but no, I almost got divorced that night. And she was like, I always knew you were a faggot. And I was like, yeah, so did I. I did too. That's why I was doing that.
I didn't date enough chicks to use that as an excuse back in the day. Yeah, I'm gay. So they don't ask you no questions? Nope, no one ever else has thought of that, apparently.
Get a little bit of a Bill Maher thing going on tonight. People don't laugh at your jokes.
Usually. That's because I'm wearing a mask. You can't see me smile is why.
He's too relaxed. The delivery's too relaxed.
Yeah, you guys are going to go back
alcohol.
and listen, and it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I know. We're going to go back and be like, holy shit, that was amazing.
Sometimes I
That'd be
listen
nice,
and like I think the show went so bad, and then I'll go back and listen. I was like, oh, that's all right. Sometimes you think like there's all this space in between your words and stuff, and there really
I
wasn't.
love the show, dude. Y'all do a great job, man, and I love it. I'm happy to be on it tonight. Thank you.
Anytime.
Well, we
Yeah,
loved having
it's
you
not
on.
hard.
We had it.
Even if there's like 10 of us, I think Skype, it's not as cool as Zoom, but I think you can do up to 25 people.
I like this personal thing, though. That there's 3 of us, and it's a little more personal, or there's 4 of us, right? Except for Matt Harmon that hasn't said a word in about an hour. He's on heroin.
It's because he's probably part of one of them societies, and he's mad at us. Fuck you. Why didn't
Yeah.
nobody ever ask me to be in their society?
I don't know.
I could
Why
dance
didn't
pretty
they?
good. I think my brother drank too much
man.
balloon wine. He sat back a while ago.
Were you talking to me? I wasn't listening.
I know you haven't been listening for like 10 minutes. It kicked in. Your balloon wine kicked in.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a bad
50
boy.
on Skype, Mark. 50 on
See,
Skype.
50. See, that's twice as much
50.
as what I said.
Oh.
How do you even
Well.
keep that shit in shape, though? I know
Yeah, how
you've
would you
been
do
on
that?
those, Matt. You've been on those fucking big Zoom calls with
No,
Keith and the
really, I
girl. The one you showed your nuts
That's
on.
only like 10 people.
Yeah, but 10
only like
people,
10 people.
talking at once. How do you control it?
Yeah, everybody was pretty good, honestly. They just took turns talking.
So
Didn't
it was
seem
like
a
it
problem.
was like, hi, how are you? How you doing? Then you just fucking whipped your dick out.
Yeah.
They're like, we didn't even ask for that,
You're like,
dude.
here, did y'all ever know that I have one testicle?
That's something I would do.
I wonder if there was a
Hey,
recording of that night for sure.
you don't know if there
I
is?
bet it was hilarious.
I bet it was too.
I don't think there is.
And you're clearly a crazy person. You went to the fucking football field to show your dick.
Of course, dude. Look at this guy.
Pretty bad.
Straight out of Missouri.
Hell yeah.
Motherfucking name Harmon.
There's a lot of. I think there's a
You
lot of
Wisconsin
Harmons
fan?
on
Is
my
that what you're
rap.
trying to say?
If I finish that rap
there?
tonight, I'll put it on Twitter.
On the tweeter.
He said everybody was weirded out and didn't talk over each other. So perfect. All right. We're going to have the 50-person show next week.
Yeah.
I've done the Matt and Shane podcast. I was on theirs, but they only allowed like 5 people on at a time, and then everybody else is muted.
I
They'd
always see
unmute
Legion of Skanks doing it, and they're like, next 10 people who email can be in here, and then I see it 9 hours later. So they just
don't even-
rescheduled
on
that
Legion of Skanks, though,
Skankfest,
They just
huh?
let you sitting there. Did they again?
Yeah, Matthew Diaz.
Yeah, it's coming.
In
Yeah, it's coming
September.
down here September 20,
Yeah.
24th, 25th, something
Yeah, I
like
was
that.
thinking it was 23rd, but I'm not sure.
That made me real
Yeah,
jealous.
it's like somewhere around
that
there.
you got tickets. He's got tickets. You got all 3 days
Oh,
or
nice.
just one day?
Huh?
You going all 3 days or just like one day?
No days, bro.
I thought you bought
Once
tickets.
all that shit was gone, they bought those tickets back, brother.
Oh, did they?
Oh, see, that
See,
sucks.
He was saying,
You're gonna try to get them?
Gomez was saying that he
Yeah.
fucking didn't give that many refunds. So he's lying, that mug. Well,
What
hopefully
an
you go.
asshole.
That shit'll be badass.
Yeah, I want to go.
Didn't you send something today that Comedy Works is open? Harmon?
No, but Norm scheduled the show for September 11th.
That's what I mean, open, right?
I mean, in September.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah, shit
Oh.
down here. Shit down here is open. Houston Improv's open.
Is it? You know,
Yeah.
that's that's the one
Brennan-
thing I
Brennan
really.
Schaub and Callan were just here.
that
Yeah, I heard that.
There
The first
They said
Comedy
there
Works
was
date is
there was
July
25%
2nd right now.
capacity, right? 50%, 25%, and 8 people showed up
75.
for President Schaub. He's no good.
That's hilarious.
I'm just making it up. I don't know. Brandon
Oh.
Schaub.
It was 75% down here.
Really? Yeah, they're starting with 25% up here. But
Well,
you
it
know, I'm
was
okay with
25,
that.
But every week it grows 1%. It's 100% now. Everything's good down here, bro.
Crazy.
We're
Yeah.
good.
That's
Yeah,
just weird
everything's
now.
normal.
Only because I don't like anyone being in my restaurant. I'm a piece of
Everything's
shit.
normal. You just when you walk in, you have to. Pretty much everywhere has hand sanitizing stations. So as soon as you walk in, you sanitize your hands. A lot of places check your temperature, and that's
Ugh.
pretty much it.
That's got to be weird.
Do you have to wear a mask?
No, you just bend over. They shove it right up your ass.
I would take that better than like,
It's
let me
cool,
see your
yeah.
forehead, boy.
It's pretty awesome.
Dude, I couldn't imagine taking people's temperatures. They told us we could if we wanted to. And I was like, nah.
Yeah,
we're good.
it's just a
Can
little
we
head
do it
scanner
so they don't
thing.
come
And
in?
most places don't have it, but I think some like the big corporations are using it for insurance shit. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
the
sure.
places who are using it, it's all insurance stuff, so they keep their premiums or whatever the fuck.
Can't get sued.
Yeah.
If you did have a fever, you want to hear it from a busboy at a Bennigan's? You know what I mean? Wouldn't you hear from
Like, no, you just look at him right back and like, no, you have a fever, bro.
He's like, oh, fuck.
That's
Shit.
it. That's all you got to do.
It is Texas.
It's cool. Yeah. You have a fever. Dude, it's hot out, bro. It's
Well, that's the
100
thing is
it
if
was
you're
like
hot,
105. It was like 105 today, bro. So you can't tell me I
Fuck
fucking have a
that.
fever, bro.
And you have all that humidity. Ugh.
Dude, it was 105 with like 110% humidity, dude. It was
Fuck
brutal
that.
today. Tomorrow's gonna be hotter. Tomorrow's
I
gonna
do
be
not
intense.
miss Texas. I lived
Yeah.
in Wichita Falls a little bit.
Dude, it feels good kind of
I
sometimes.
did not miss it.
what?
My joints feel
for
great.
one day in January, it feels good.
Nah, dude, usually it's actually pretty fucking nice here. And I don't got to worry about snow, bro. So
I
fuck
don't
off.
remember it bothering me as much, except for when we were driving to Austin. We stopped somewhere and it was like 110, 115. I can't remember what. That's where we got some road sodas. It was somewhere,
Nope, roads.
like in
road
between.
sodies.
But it was literally like we went from your house and it was like, oh, this kind of sucks. But then we went there and I got the car. Well, no, I was probably hungover too. It was like 1:15. It was insane. Fuck that.
Feels
Mark
great.
loves the heat. Wait till you're on blood thinners. Ooh, he said it. If it yeah.
Fuck off, Mark, dude. Stay where you are, bro. Nobody wants you here anyways, son.
My poor brother died At least an hour
No,
ago.
he's just dude
He's just
just
Too
took
much
a
balloon
picture.
wine.
His balloon wine
Balloon
went real quick to his liver.
Well, I tell you what happens is I drank it all.
That'll do it. Dude, that one night when I drank 19 beers, I found a 6-pack of fucking something Paul left here. I don't even know if it was fucking good or not. It was probably expired.
It was
And I was out of my...
it was below Steel Reserve. What's below Steel Reserve, dude?
I don't even know what it was. It was some weird fucking, like he was trying to show off or
Natural light.
something. No, it was fancy. It was like some sort of IPA. And
Oh.
after I drank my 12-pack and like half a 6-pack, I was like, oh shit, I need to drink some old IPA. It's terrible.
I don't like IPAs personally.
You do when you're
I don't like that
fucking
hop
on
taste.
a bender. You don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Actually, I
Just
threw
would
out
never
your,
tried them.
there was like a little bit of your peanut butter whiskey. I threw that shit out
Yeah,
because I knew
probably
I would get to it. This is when I was sober. I did it like a month ago. I was like, I better pour this shit out.
That's funny.
And-
Shit was all right. It was pretty good.
It was too sweet.
I only drink
and
the
it
whole
tasted
bottle, but
good.
it was all right.
All right, we covered everything we needed to cover. We got skinwalkers. We got the Bublays. No, Boulay. We got Lips Donkey's dead.
Michael Bublé's.
He's definitely a Boulay boy. He looks a little... Hold on. If you know what I mean.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah. Oh, I've been watching this show called The Titan Games. You guys watch that?
No.
Never heard of it.
It's The Rock. What's his name? Jamie Rock Johnson.
Dwayne.
Yeah, it's close.
I heard he's thinking about running for president.
Oh, he looks good in a bathing
Yeah,
suit.
yeah.
I'd vote for him. But anyways, he's got this
I don't know.
fucking show. It's like all these people that do CrossFit and stuff. And it's like a real bad American Gladiators where they have to like carry, stones and like smash shit and stuff to show how muscular they are. But I watched a little bit of it and there was some nice culos and now I watched the whole season.
Nice. Full season.
A whole season of nice asses.
Right on.
Yeah, fuck you guys. But I'm gonna start doing CrossFit. I'm gonna start hitting tires with what do they got, like hammers or something.
You should. Dude.
I'm gonna look so
Sledgehammers
good.
even.
I'm gonna be like fucking. What I'm about to turn 40. So I better
Dude,
start
you still
getting
got
abs.
time, bro.
I better start getting abs now.
You got it, bro. Do it, son.
So I'm gonna go give me a tire and a hammer, and I'm gonna be good to go. I think you can
That's
throw
all
it.
you need, dude. Everybody knows that.
Well, and then you go like this with a rope, and you're fucking.
Somebody should send Patrick a little like lawnmower tire and like one of those little baby hammers.
No. Lawnmower tires are for mowing the lawn, bro. Psh. Duh.
Like a little hammer for like a baby.
Actually, I heard that's how pathetic the United States is they ran out of those tires because of CrossFit assholes. We're like, what am I supposed to do? And they all bought big tires to hit with hammers. Seriously.
Oh, that's funny.
So we ran out of, masks, gloves, disinfectants, and tires. Big ones to smash with a hammer for your abs.
America.
Yeah. All right, whatever. We got 5 more minutes. You guys do a set. Do a set. Brother, you do a set real quick. 5 minutes.
Far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a cobbler. My great-grandfather was a cobbler. My great-grandson is a cobbler, and his great-grandson is a cobbler. So when I graduated from the 4th grade, I enrolled in the Palermo Institute of being a cowboy and riding on a rocket ship into space. 3 weeks later, NASA hired me to glue little pieces of macaroni Launching the space shuttle before every
He did this
mission.
last week.
I know I did it last week. You want me to do this like
I fucking put him. He did macaroni on fucking a shuttle for 2 hours straight. He could go on the road with fucking everything turned into glue and macaroni, and it's not far off. It's really not far off from what they do. It's a piece of ceramic they glue on there with some. My brother glues them on.
I got.
That's some al dente ceramic.
Yeah, that's what I did last week.
Go on now. Go on. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I just thought it was funny.
No. There's nothing else.
Hey, SpaceX just sent somebody up to the fucking International Space Station.
They got
Yeah,
they got almost 5 or 6 pounds
that
of
was the first
macaroni.
human launch for
They
Elon,
put it
right?
on the fire.
Elon Musk, though, this might all be fake because he. I don't know. He seems like a conspiracy guy, doesn't he?
Kind of.
I don't know, dude. I think he's controlled opposition.
Well,
Can't
you guys-
trust him. He's Australian.
Yeah,
No, he's South African.
That was
Dude,
the
when
that was
you're a
the
billionaire,
joke.
Like he's
To
in the
me-
billionaires club, dude.
To me, South African is like a dog-ass Australian.
Well, son of a bitch and bastard.
Fucking true.
I think I lost you, jerks.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well, Chris is about to get dragged by fucking Australians, eh?
Cancel Chris Dyer.
Cancel Chris Dyer.
they are dogs.
I mean, the Australians are the worst. Actually, South African white people are the worst, but I can't tell the difference. Like I think South
Yeah, I
African.
think you're right. South
white-
African's definitely the worst.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that Australia's got something to do with it.
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
I don't know,
Alright.
man.
All right, boys.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
almost done.
What are we waiting for?
We're gonna hang up. We're gonna hang right up, aren't we? All right, Sofabab boys. What's anybody got any plugs?
Fuck no.
Yeah, dude, hit me up, Real MDS. That's where I'm at on Twitter, man. Hit me up, dude, Real MDS.
I'm glad
Dude,
you
I'm
joined
fun.
us. I
I'm
always
having
Yeah,
a
it
like
good
was
time,
fun.
dude. Thanks for having me,
Nice
dude.
to
I'm
meet you
real,
finally.
anytime you
stoked,
want.
dude.
We're on
Dude, you're
here.
so gay, dude. Fucking faggot ass Jersey. But it's cool, dude. I'll hug
Other
you.
than that, you're fine.
It's cool.
You haven't
Yeah,
beat us,
actually-
like what?
Actually,
years?
other than that Chiefs jersey, dude, I love you.
Right on.
100%.
You were cool. It was
Listen,
nice to meet you.
listen to you guys every week, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, you're
All
definitely
right.
one of our strongest listeners.
Dude,
How you know, dude?
obviously,
We got a
You see
few. of
anybody
them.
else left?
dude.
Our downloads and shit are always really good, and I don't know who's doing it because no one ever comments. Something's not right.
It's all right, dude.
Goddamn
Everybody's
Russians.
lying. We've had almost 400,000 downloads. I know it's been a long time, but how many people have done that? That's pretty good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, whatever, bros.
Alright.
All right, say goodnight.
Start doing
Thanks for
shit,
joining
so-
us. Sofabab, yeah, boy.
Son of a bitch and bastard show.